quick video on the Subaru, and it was an O-ring replacement. So basically ordered all the O-rings to replace every O-ring on the system. It's an old Subaru O-rings always leak. There was a leakage up here. I already kind of cleaned it off. It's not that oily. I hit it with some solvent. Leakage down. I don't know if you could see it. It was already cleaned off. Way up. Come on, camera. Oh, sorry, guys. You almost can't see it, but the receiver dryer, the bottom of the receiver dryer down there, if you can see it to the far off left up there, there's two O-rings right there. Those were leaking. Cleaned that off already. Now, if you take a look here, here's the old O-ring. When I squeezed it, I broke it actually when I took it off. It was so hard and crunchy. Let's see, focus. There we go. So here's the old O-ring, and you can see it looks like it's kind of square. It looks perfectly flat because the rubber has lost its elasticity. It has baked from so many years and oxidized, and the new O-ring is nice and flexible, and you can see it's round. Let's see if we could zoom in on that. So here's the new O-ring, and you can see it's nice and round, and when I squeeze it, it's very flexible. And here is the old O-ring, and if you see how flat that is and square looking that is, because it took the form of the metal, and when I squeeze it, well, you can see where it's broke, but this one, it takes me a lot more to squeeze that one. It's no longer flexible. If you look in the discharge line, so here's the discharge line, let's take a look in there. See how clean it is in there, and see how bright and shiny? This is many years older. And let's see, can I get sunlight? No, I can't get no sunlight, sorry guys. But I'm trying to get in there because you see it. It's actually bright and shiny. There's no gray, there's no black. That means, and there's plenty of oil. That means this system has never ran so long and got so hot, it started making metal shavings, what turned to aluminum oxide, and with heat and burnt oil. And you'll see that little grayish. When you look down inside here, you'll see it's nice, bright, and shiny. And if it will, right there. Way down in. Can you see deep down in there how bright and clean it looks inside there? It's shiny aluminum. It's not gray. It's not black. There's no metal particles. This is how it should look if it has not overheated. So we have a good chance of a nice long life of this compressor. And so this gets two O-rings changed on the condenser, two O-rings changed on the receiver dryer, two O-rings changed on the compressor, and 4 O-rings. Well, they'll probably only do, no, the expansion valve is not there. It's only on the outside, I believe. Yeah, they'll only be able to get the outside. And 2 O-rings on the outside of the expansion valve fitting right there. Notorious leaker. It gets old. And another one that's notorious after a while too is some of these high side lines, but it didn't show any signs either using the leak detector or using your eyes. There's no oil residue. These ones will usually do an oil residue. But if you pump them up with 200 psi of nitrogen and put some soapy bubbles on the hoses themselves, sometimes at 200 psi you'll see little tiny bubbles coming up from the hose itself or at the crimp fittings. That's it. But Subaru, always the O-rings on the compressor. All right, see ya.